couldn't take your costume off because you needed to film a scene.
3, 2, 1, go!
What the story is about, with annotation of what's happening, what characters are we meeting. Firearm props, that could be an issue depending where you shoot. A simple thing that you ignore could be very dangerous for someone.
When you really look at it, it could be the start of a really, really famous career. It could be something legendary.
To watch a film that she said had only been made by Seychelles. And at the time I was very excited because I'd never heard of such a project being made before.
Because, you know, we were going to bring in 2 weeks close to 800 people to come see the film.
People, every Seychelles or not Seychelles, anyone in the country wanted to see this movie when it was going out. It was really nice.
What began my film career, or my passion for film, well, I grew up surrounded by films. Well, my father is a fixer here in Seychelles for pretty much every international show or film that comes here. So growing up, I was sort of introduced to that very, very young. I remember going on big film sets since even 7 years old. I remember even starting to work on some of them in the more recent years. So I was definitely exposed to it early, and seeing behind the scenes how things were actually done. Seeing a film never really was the initiator. And a lot of people find that to be the initiator of their career. For me, that wasn't the case. It was just seeing what it was like directly. Seeing all the transports, seeing all everything, every aspect of making a film was what initiated that. And over time, well, I wanted to do my own thing. And this is where we are today. Fast Crash was my first self-produced film that I did with my school friends back when I was 12 years old.
Well, it was the first few films we did together. It's the first few films we did together, like as kids, and it was a nice time to really step into something I had never really done before. It was like becoming the person I'd seen on screen or YouTube videos, you know, like Chris Hemsworth, these famous people like Mark Ruffalo. So it was like really nice, and it wasn't doing it out of a gain, it was literally doing it for fun.
It was very new to everybody who I talked with to try and get them on board, like Russell, for example, or Dervin.
Like I remember he like approached me, was like, hey, do you want to be in my film? What is it called? Fast Crash. What is it like? Gonna be cars, Fast and Furious theme. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that, yeah. We drove around, filmed some scenes here, some scenes over there. He filmed his car driving. He filmed a scene here. I think we went to a boatyard and we filmed the scene there. It was really good. It was really, really well thought out and nice. Even though as kids, I remember he presented it to the class and we all had our little laughs. It was still, you know, when you think about it now as like someone who's grown up, it was the start of something. It could be the start of a really good career. This is like something that when you really look at it, it could be the start of a really, really famous career. It could be something legendary.
It was literally no budget. It's a short film, maybe 12-15 minutes. Basically, you have these group of robbers who go around and rob banks, and there's this group of guys, police guys in a car that go after them and try and chase them. That was the story. Now, we did 2 of these films. We did Fast Crash 1, Fast Crash 2. The first one really, it was our first thing. It did not make any sense. It was just a bunch of everything sort of mixed together to make a film. But I think what was more interesting about it was not the story, it was more how we did things. For example, getting green screen behind, we would use my mom's car, put a green screen around it and film inside of it and pretend like we're driving. Or to shoot cars, I would have toy cars, attach ropes to it with a blue screen or green screen, and I'd have to cut them out when I was editing and make them look like we were driving, and it sort of did the trick. Well, it wasn't a film like today, but it was a beginning to something, finding solutions to make these ideas sort of come true on a screen. Well, obviously people made fun of me. Yeah, everybody laughed at the fast crash. It was funny, not just because, well, yeah, it was different. Like, I remember we would go to school, show it, we were all happy that we did a project together, and obviously everybody laughed at it, but we enjoyed doing it, and we made a second one, and we wanted to make a third one. The third one didn't work. I knew I wanted to do something in media, something to do with content creation, and it started off with these 2 little films, and I did also a bunch of little films that I just never showed. But Fast Crash was really the big thing that started like close to 10 years ago. And because I would get a bunch of people together to do something, a project. I did other things myself. I knew this was a path. I was never really into social media. But 6 years ago, I decided to, open a YouTube channel, post things on it, and Instagram. And I needed a name. I needed a name for it where I didn't want it to be me. I wanted it to be a name of something that whatever I do with other people can be used to sort of represent that. The name itself, how I found it was, one day when I started, trying to create accounts on social media, I had written down random words. And I had written down like whatever I could see, banana, water, sea, whatever that was in front of me. And then next to it, I would write another random word. And then what I did was I crossed out every word that I didn't like. And in the end, what was left was BananaWAVE, which turned out to be a very sort of unique like brand name. And now that's what it is. It's a brand name for what I do. Not just the films, also, souvenirs, and pretty much anything that I do has this branding of BananaWAVE. Now the films is obviously the biggest thing, and it's what people refer it to as, which is good because that's what I'm aiming for.
I heard about BananaWAVE. Well, the thing is, I knew about BananaWAVE. I knew about the name. I heard the name because Archer, the director and mastermind behind Operation Shadowcloak, behind BananaWAVE, the whole brand, everything. This is your guy, Archer. So Archer and I went to the same school, and we got along pretty well in school. So I heard him mention the name, but like never really talking about it. I'd seen it under his Instagram handle was BananaWAVE, but he didn't really start posting anything about what he was doing in BananaWAVE. And we had a school fair, I remember, and they had BananaWAVE had a stall. And I went to the store and checking out what they had available for purchase. T-shirts, mugs, souvenirs from the Seychelles basically. Or like Seychelles branded products, which was really nice. I'm very proud to be a Seychelles. So like, it's really nice to have a brand making stuff from here that looks cool, that you'd enjoy to wear, you could give it as a gift.
I'd say I first heard about it in secondary school. It was some idea that Archer had. I thought it was a bit stupid at first. I thought it was kind of weird, kind of silly. I thought the name was a bit dumb. I wasn't really that supportive at first, but then like over time, you know, I started to see like the kind of things that Archie was doing, you know, the projects he was working on, and I started to, you know, come around to it. I started to kind of respect what he was doing. It went from something that I thought was kind of silly to being something more serious.
It was 4 years ago. There was this guy at school. His name was Mr. Shadowcloak. Amazing guy. He was a really great friend when I first started school there. And I remember back then he used to bring like little key rings about the name BananaWAVE. So at first he was just starting, you know, it was the start of something. The looks of it looks amazing. And I'm really proud how things are going, and BananaWAVE is living up to the expectations he said.
I was thinking to myself, what can this be? So I started posting pictures, videos, reels, trying to get eventually little jobs once I left school. I wanted to just create things, imagery.
So I first heard about BananaWAVE through Archer, but I didn't really understand what it was. But then after seeing the stall, I understood, okay, well, they've got these products. So then I started talking to Archer more about it, and he was talking about expanding and using BananaWAVE as a production studio, making movies and stuff. So yeah, that was really nice. And yeah, I mean, I got to be a part of the movie, so it was great. One of the movies.
When I was in school, right after COVID, I was obviously very interested in content creation. What ended up happening was a lot of people think that I left school on purpose. I didn't. I was told one day not to come back to school because the school couldn't accommodate what I wanted to do. It wasn't realistic to them and they didn't like it. So one day from one of the teachers in charge, I received a WhatsApp text telling me not to come back. And I had to say goodbye to all my school friends that I had shared so many projects with. That wasn't really the plan. I wanted to do films and I wanted to study films. They couldn't do that, but I wanted to do something to do with art, media. And the school had said, you can do that, you can do everything else, but you have to pick something in tourism. And I said, no, I don't want to go study something to do with tourism. It's not what interests me. Even though like the main industry is tourism, it wasn't what I wanted to study, not at all. And it wasn't something, they gave you options, but not really. And they didn't like that I chose not to do tourism lessons. So they told me don't come back. And then there was no longer any discussions possible. It was just, can't have you here. So I left school, and then there was this moment of, well, what happens now? You can always continue study somewhere else, which I tried, and I applied to like the business school, for example. I got accepted. Was it really the path that I wanted to go into? I wanted to do films, not necessarily business itself. It's quite a broad subject to study for 3-4 years. What the government told me at the time, they said they will keep my spot and I take a year to figure out what I want to do, where I go. And they had suggested that I do an internship at the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation, SBC. I did it for around 4 months. It was an introduction into a sort of reality. It was a path that allowed me to build a sort of contact base to be able to do what we do today. When I finished with it, that's when I got the idea to produce a film. The film was called The House Beyond an Excursion.
I was overseas. I was having a holiday after graduation from PJ. And one day he called me talking about the project and I said, all right.
I was a bit skeptical at first, but then I started to see like the production value of the movie and like the budget and all that, and it seemed quite professional. So I joined thinking I might as well. It could be fun, it could be a learning experience.
The idea was to produce a 40-minute short film and to hopefully sell it to wherever we could at the time. And right after SBC, I wrote the story. I brainstormed ideas with Dervin and David. When we first started discussing the house between me, Dervin, and David, I had told them that, look, this is a project that we might not make a cent from. There's no budget. We have some equipment, but we are very limited.
I got no problem. I don't really want like money from this. I don't really want anything big from it. I was cool with it from the second he mentioned it. And in my mind, I knew that we were doing it for fun. That was the main goal at the time. So it was nice to try something new with my friends. Well, not really new in the sense that we have filmed with each other, but new in the sense that, I think there was a potential that he was going to put it in a festival. And I didn't mind that at all. I didn't mind my face being in public, so it's okay.
I didn't mind that there was no pay, like guaranteed pay. I just thought it was going to be fun. I thought it was going to be a good way to get some experience with things like team building, working with others, learning the ropes, you know, how cameras and all that work, how a film is made. So I think that was more valuable than any pay that I could have gotten. And I had fun doing it, so I don't really need the pay.
They helped me. I made the story, the script, the scenario was ready. We got to shooting, and we tried to do something that was quite fun, but serious at the same time. Because obviously, it's a path, right? You want it to work, you want it to go somewhere.
I had its little ups and downs, but it was all right. There was, I learned how to hold the camera, how to record, because it was just the three of us working together. So if there was a scene with those two, I had to hold this. If there was a scene with them, I had to make sure my angle. If there was a scene with one person and we needed two people to work this, I had to do this, pose like that, hold this a certain way to make sure everything was going okay. And that was nice. That was a really good learning experience.
That was kind of like hoping that it would go well, but it did go well. We did sell it. We did, everybody got a slice of the pie. Obviously, the thing that made sense was to continue.
I was excited for it because it was going to be a lot of fun being able to do more movies and bigger movie, and especially having more crew. Unlike with the house, where a lot of the scenes were filmed in like one day and it was really crunched together, and there was just tons of work on a single day. With Operation Shadowcloak, it was going to be a lot less. It was going to be easier, I feel.
How to make a film? How do you begin a project like this? There's several steps to that. You create a story. You have to know what you want to do. Is it an action film? Is it a documentary? Is it a comedy? If so, what is it about? What is it about? And you have to answer all the questions. How did this happen? Why is this happening? Who is involved? When is this taking place? You need to answer all these questions and you need to make a story. When you write a story, because when you start out, you really are limited by your resources. Your budget is small. It's often really not enough, but there's always a way to make it work. Even if you were to have millions, it would still not be enough to complete your idea. So you have to begin somewhere. And first step is to make a story. Make a plan. What is it that you want to get? Write it on paper, make a script, make it clear. And from there on, sort of list out all the resources that you need to make it happen. What finances does it take to make it happen? What the amount of people you need? How much food do you need? You need to feed everybody. You need transportation to make sure everybody gets there on time. These are things to consider because not everybody necessarily has a transport to get there. Some people come from outer islands. You need to be able to accommodate them. You need to think about all of that. You need to understand resources, all the props, all the locations, and you need to go get them.
Archer reached out to me personally and asked me if I'd like to be in the movie. Now, I am a movie nerd. I love films. I love movies, and you know, it's not just me. I bet a lot of you guys watching this, you know, you want to be in a movie because it's just a crazy thing to be a part of. And the fact that I was able to be a part of the first action movie ever filmed in Seychelles was crazy. So Archer approached me, asked me for the role, and my initial reaction was like, what the hell? Of course I'm gonna do this. Like, who would say no? Of course I'm gonna do it. And I'm really glad that I got to, which was really nice.
Genuinely, I saw the potential of this. Started with just a phone call, and then we met up, everyone, with a script. We said, why not give it a go? It's fun.
You get asked to be in a movie. Come on, everybody wants to be in a movie. You want to be a star. It's crazy. Like, I was walking around in public and people are like, oh my God, you're that guy from the movie. Like, you feel like a celebrity. I mean, basically you are, locally at least, but it's a good feeling, you know, being recognized for something you put a lot of work into, and just being recognized for something important and something historical even.
This adventure started with just 5-6 friends. One had a vision, the rest just wanted to follow and join. And it started with a keyring.
So the way you do it, you knock on doors and you try and get help. Can I borrow your hotel to shoot in? Can I borrow your cars to have them for my film? You have to knock on every single door you can. For example, for Operation Shadowcloak, most things were a sort of sponsor. Everybody wanted to help. Majority of people wanted to help. Not everybody, but most people gave things for free. It ended up dramatically less than it would have if we had to pay for everything. For example, the boat, that huge ship that we had to take out in the middle of the ocean for several hours, all the cars, the hotels, the villas. If we hadn't had those things for free, if people didn't help and we had to pay for it, it would have cost probably 5 times more. You need to understand the resources you need, and you need to understand how you're going to get them, and also understand what you currently have. That's very important. Like mindset too. What are sort of invisible walls that you have from achieving the process of A to Z of making your project a reality? For example, a film. I was free to do what I wanted to do, and I was supported all the way. You know, as long as it's possible, I was. But I understand a lot of people out there, it's not an easy thing to just somehow say, I want to go make a film, or I want to do this or do that. It can be very hard if you're not supported well. So understand what you currently have. Do I have enough support? Do I need support? What type of support do I need? What is it that I have? What equipment do I have? Do I have enough cameras? Do I have enough lights? What type of camera do I have? I have a phone. That's a good start. You don't need fancy cars to make a film. You don't need fancy equipment. You need an idea, and you need to believe in it. And if you get that right, and you understand the steps, identify what you have, what you need, and how to get those things that you need, then you begin the shoot. You start to go from pre-production to production.
So pre-production, we just sort of started to get to know the roles of our character, read through the script, see what Archer was building for the sets and everything, and outlining what we're gonna do, it was nice, very new to me.
The pre-production process of recruiting pretty much the whole team, the crew, the actors, who's doing what and all that, there's always something that I always give them. It is this. This is a card with, it is the basic training card of any, I mean, it's pretty much a guide to life as well. It's by Stanley Kubrick. And I mean, if you read it, it says, if you open it, close it. If you turn it on, you turn it off. If you unlock it, you lock it. If you break it, repair it. If you can't fix it, call in someone who can. And you have a bunch of these rules, there's 12 of them. Everybody, when they get their first documents, the first scripts, this is attached to it. And I make everybody read it. Usually it involves a lot of prior meetings. You have to communicate a lot with the people who own it, the people in charge. If it's a government facility that you want to use, and it can go even as a, not just a location, but it can be like a military vehicle or something, that, I mean, you obviously have to meet with them, explain what you want to do, and hopefully you can get them, like you can get the resources you need. In general, people, because we're still young and we're really starting, we're still in the beginning of this. Something people in general are willing to say yes. Sometimes you get yes, and then the next day it's a no. That happens, but it's okay.
And there's sometimes you just get ghosted.
You do get ghosted. I got ghosted quite a lot when asking for things. We knew we would need guns. We knew we would need these things. We had to 3D print them. It was, yeah, the props. Yeah, we didn't have real guns. It was all props. Could print as many as possible. The only thing is that it's, you know, they break easily. So every day, at the end of shooting, the ones broken, we had to fix them. So that, I mean, it's a part of the process. You have to find the resources, you figure out ways to get them. Every gun, for example, the big AKs, those took maybe a week each to print, because it's all a bunch of parts, and then you have to glue them together and put, you know, support inside, and I mean, it takes time. And you have to be very creative even before the film is shot. You have to really think and analyze every single scene, the angles, where's the light gonna be, what is the actor doing, what is the actor reacting to.
And production itself, production was nice. It was really good, but you know, we had a few hiccups during production. I broke my nose. I didn't break it. I dislocated my nose during a fight scene.
Getting hurt, that happens. There was a fight scene, a very, very beautiful fight scene with Russell and Sean. I remember Russell punched Sean in the face, and we heard a and then Sean came out like this, and I told him, show me your nose. And he did this, and his nose was all crooked. When I saw that...
If you guys who don't know me, I'm always getting injured, some way, somehow. So like, my injury for the month was on set in the movie. We even got it on camera, which was crazy.
Turns out it was a hairline fracture. It wasn't that bad. You had to go to Mahe to get it put back and everything. He did it. It was fine. He took 2 weeks off to, you know, recover properly, get everything back in shape.
No, that was not amazing at all. That was quite concerning. Bro almost lost his nose that day.
But it's all in good fun, you know. It really made the production of the movie memorable, which is really nice.
But in general, we really learn from these mistakes to not have them happen again. We know how it happened. We did a sort of investigation. Okay, how did you not know you had to do this before, you know? Because everything, you have to rehearse when you do fight scenes, because it's going to be really, really dangerous, especially if you have tools like, even like those breakable bottles. It can be dangerous if you don't use it well. So you have to really, the choreography of everything needs to be quite spot on.
First, at the beginning, it was quite intense. It was something new. I was not expecting this much. Well, it is a production for a film. I should have expected that in the first place, but you know, we were young, we were trying out, and it was quite amazing, you know. There was no pressure at all. It's just us being friends and everything. Just us friends giving our all and having fun.
Miscommunication to me is an issue, because it does happen quite a lot, even often because people are just scared to tell me things. Like, I didn't do this. They think I'll be super angry. But no, I won't. Like, it's fine, you just need to tell me and we find a solution. Well, you know, the teams get bigger, and obviously the headaches get bigger, the sleep you get less. But it's the process of it, and you have fun doing it. I enjoy doing it, the whole thing. It's my fun.
Oh, the first time I've heard the story was quite exciting. It was really, it is an action comedy film, so we were expecting a lot of laughter. So when we were reading the script and everything, it was just us laughing. I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Let's do it.
The speedboats and like the car chases and the fight on the boat, that was pretty exciting. Being able to, you know, do an action movie. At first I was a bit skeptical, like, would we even be able to do things like that? Would we have like the budget? Could we get like the permissions for that? And being able to, I think, was pretty good. Pretty lucky for us that we could do those things, and it shows that even if you don't have that much budget, you can still do quite a lot.
Production was really good. We got to go to a lot of places and film in locations where, you know, we pass by and we see every day, or we even got to go out on the MV Espoir ship, which was sick. We were filming at a modern house with a huge pool up in high up in the hills at Coteau. Really cool locations. It was really fun experience.
You had to get up early a lot of the time because filming would start quite early in the morning, and it would usually go on until like 5 in the afternoon. It was pretty tough. A lot of the filming for the more complex scenes. So on the first day of filming, we filmed with the speedboats. That was a pretty memorable day. It was pretty fun.
So I really enjoyed filming the scene that when we're following them on the big boat that they're on the speedboats, running around in circles trying to chase them. That was really fun. It was our first day of filming, and I think Archer really spoiled us with that one. It was great, it was great.
Then we do a couple of rehearsals. If not the day before, if it's a special thing like a fight scene, we would have rehearsed. Like, for example, that fight scene on the boat, that took quite a lot of preparation for it, because we have probably 5 hours to make it happen. You know, we don't have that much time because, again, we're limited. We don't have a big budget. The boat was a sponsor. They helped us. They took the boat out, let us shoot there for 5 hours. It may not seem like it because the scene is like 5 minutes, but it's very short to do it.
You couldn't take your costume off because you needed to film a scene. So it was like being in a sauna. It was pretty hard. I remember that. I would complain a lot to Achu, but you know, I just had to tough it out because I had to do my scene. If you watch Operation Shadowcloak, you will see many inspirations to all the scenes. A lot comes from James Bond. You have references from Mission Impossible. You have references from a bunch of films like that. Comedies such as Rush Hour, The Naked Gun, you have a lot of references from that. One time we completely destroyed a drone when we were shooting a scene of a rocket launcher getting launched into like some stairs.
with Russell and Sean jumping out of the way. There was a second time where the drone, when we shot on the big boat, MV Espoir, there was a big birds, frégats, that were trying to chase down the drone, and they were really trying to get it. The boat was moving. You can't land properly, and the time it would take for the boat to like come to a stop, there was no time. So, and you know, these drones are very expensive. They are really, really precious. Every equipment is precious. So you try to save it. So I had to crash a drone voluntarily to try and save it, and it got damaged, but it got fixed really quickly. But yeah, those happen. Equipment gets damaged all the time. When we do these films, it's really also to enjoy. I want everybody that works with me on a film to enjoy the time on it. And so far, everybody does. Yes, things get more serious over time, like yes, obviously, but it's something to enjoy the process of. And that's something I insist a lot when we do these films. In post-production, it's the editing of the movie. The movie is shot. Maybe there are a few things that you are missing. You go through that. It's the editing. Is there any VFX needed? If you can create the explosion, or you know, there's some VFX that I can do, there's some I cannot. I don't have the knowledge of how to use those things, so you find people who can. It's montage. You review all the footage, and there's hours and hours and hours of footage, and you just go through all of it, and probably like 10 times, because you really are trying to find, you know, you want to pick the best thing that matches. There are rules. You need to make sure the rules are respected to the point where it makes sense to do so, and that takes months because we're small. We're not Hollywood here. We don't have, you know, a sound guy doing the sound. We don't have a colorist. I'm pretty much the only one doing the editing. Then obviously there's people that will watch it and be like, okay, maybe that, you know, they give their advice. No, it's a very solo thing to do. You're by yourself for a while. You don't really see much of the day. You're really into it, and you cannot sort of switch off your brain to like go to sleep too, or to go do something else. No, you have to get this done, because that's all you're thinking about when you edit. What's nice to do is when you're done with your first sort of draft, kind of back up a bit, and then you breathe and you come back to it, and you're like, okay, now I've thought this well. This needs to be changed to that, and you know, you make it work. There are times where the audio can be bad, or there's no sound. For example, on the boat scenes, there are scenes where Russell and Sean are talking. We didn't have mics. There was the mics from the camera that were recording sound like that, but you can't hear them because there's the engines that are loud. Even on the wind. There's the wind. There's all of these things, and people don't necessarily think about that when they watch the movie, but we had to get them to come back, record the voices in the office, in the studio, and edit it into the film. For Operation Shadowcloak, distributing it was not just broadcasting, it was also putting it in the cinema. Because I am from Prague, I've grown up here. This movie was helped mostly by people from Prague. I wanted Prague to have its premiere. I insisted on that, and I wanted the cinema of Prague to operate, to show the film. We had to reopen the cinema, which was shut down for 6 years. We had to go there, rent the venue, pray that the equipment that was there still worked. The projector was broken. That didn't work. For Prague, at least that was the main thing that happened physically, because we had to really get it back up running. We had to find a projector. We had to find, you know, by miracle, not all the sound system in the theater was broken. There was some that was still, especially the ones behind the screen. The owner of the building, pension fund, they were very, very helpful. They gave us good discounts. They even changed the AC units because we were gonna bring in 2 weeks close to 800 people to come see the film. They changed the AC, they put AC that worked, they let us, bring in equipment ahead, do tests, we had to do so many tests. That itself was like a new project. Literally, as it is, you have to knock on every single door. To be able to get the cinema back and running, we needed a projector that was quite powerful enough. Because I think it's the biggest screen in the country. There's no screen this size even on Mahe. With Russell's dad, he found a projector. He had a projector that he had ordered. We borrowed it from him, and everything sort of last minute miracles happen and we make things work. And that's the magic of it, because now we look back and it's like, wow, we actually did all of that, and not that long. And it took 2 years to make all that happen. And for Mahe, we had a very big premiere, full house again. We had the honor of having the president at the time come to watch the film, and obviously it was very encouraging, and everybody enjoyed that. Hopefully for the next projects that we have, anybody that wants to watch it when it comes out will be able to go watch it. That is the next objective. This time Prowler really had it for Prowler. We did 5 screenings, and all of them had quite good audience. There was some full house. We even went to show it on La Digue. There wasn't a lot of people that showed up, but we wanted it to be a national thing.
I was actually impressed with the amount of people that did turn up. A lot of support from everyone else. At first, felt nervous, No one has ever done this before. Well, we were thinking of probably people who say there's a lot of negative reviews. I was scared of that at first, but then everything turned out great. We ended up going to Mahe also and had a bigger crowd. I'll say not so well for La Digue though, but hopefully we can win their heart one day.
Distributing it online, things like that, we have, SBC, they have an online platform. They took it for that, and they took it also to broadcast it. Now anybody around the world can literally go online and watch it, which is amazing. It's great. It's the path, which is pretty crazy, because if you are us, you will see what we had to do to make it happen. It was quite a lot. There were tons of articles about the movie, because obviously it's the first action film in Seychelles. Look at that! See? Nearly a whole page, and this is one of many.
Received so well by everyone in the country, from politicians to friends of mine who live on Mahe, friends of mine who live on La Digue, friends of mine that live on Prowler. It was great. It was great. Everyone loved it.
The media coverage, how to distribute it, how to advertise it, it all matched. And we had a good slogan, the first Seychelles action film, which is true. No other film of this level was ever produced entirely by Seychelles. It is definitely something that goes in history. Yeah.
When I heard about the first Seychelles action movie, I was very shocked and surprised at the same time, because I wasn't expecting that someone would eventually end up doing something like this here in Seychelles, actually. But deep down, I knew that it would be him, doing something like this.
I first heard about BananaWAVE when a friend of mine invited me to the cinema on Mahe to watch a film that she said had only been made by Seychelles. And at the time I was very excited, because I'd never heard of such a project being made before, and I wanted to know who was behind it and the kind of support that was being received and how it was made and everything like that. So I told my friend, absolutely, we're gonna go watch this film. So I watched it and I sat all the way to the end of the credits and I found the director's name. And as soon as I left the cinema, I went to my friend and I asked her, do you know who the director is? Could you point him out for me in a crowd of people that was outside? So she did, and I found him, and I took a breath and I walked up to him and I was like, Hello Arthur, I'm Sarah and I'm going to be studying film next year, and I made a film recently and I won a competition, and I'm very interested in working with you in the future. And he took my number and now we're in contact, and there might be projects in the future, which is very, very exciting.
We didn't just have people who just wanted to see the film. There were also people that were interested in filmmaking in Seychelles that saw this as an opportunity and came to watch it. Some of them came to meet me after the premiere, such as Sarah.
I love watching movies and I love creating art, and I love storytelling and connecting on a human level, and I love to chase the passions that I have for art. I've always been making art ever since I was a teeny tiny baby until now. I'm doing it at university level. So I have a feeling that filmmaking can tell stories in a way that other art forms maybe couldn't, and I really want to chase that feeling. And I think Seychelles has a gap in that industry, and it needs more people with a level of dedication to fill the gap. When I went to go watch Operation Shadowcloak, I left the cinema feeling excited for the progress of the film industry in Seychelles, because I'd never seen a project put upon a stage so big before and received with so much joy before, and I felt so excited towards chasing the same type of work and putting myself into the same industry, and I felt hopeful to contribute towards something that could grow in that way. To the movie itself, I felt so astounded by the quality of the action sequences and the chase scenes and how thrilling they felt. And there was one fight scene near the end of the film where two guys were on a boat and they were like fighting each other on the boat, and I think the boat was moving and there was someone inside the boat running around, and it was just so like insane, spectacular.
Every Seychellois or not Seychellois, anyone in the country wanted to see this movie when it was going out. It was really nice, and I felt so proud because, you know, my face is on that. It was all credit to the whole team, credit to Archer, but you know, just to be part of it, seeing my face on the cover, I felt really proud to be a part of this. Yeah, so I would definitely 100% be part of the shooting and production of a movie again. Especially with my friends at BananaWAVE, 100%, no doubt in my mind. See, right now it's a little difficult for me because I'm in flight training, so I've got a tough schedule and I don't know when I'll be able to return home to film stuff, and even if I will, I'll be only able to go back home for like 2 weeks or so. So we need to delay it a little bit, but definitely I would be part of it again.
Other producers or anyone should actually try to get in this, work together. Should be working together.
Now that we have Operation Shadowcloak, it's setting up a future for more independent group filmmakers to make more pictures. Be it action movies, be it comedy movies, be it a biopic about a famous Seychellois politician or something, you know? Like, I think that it can go a long way. And I think there's so many interesting stories to tell in Seychelles. So I would really love for the film industry to just keep getting up there and making more movies and more. I'd like to be a part of all of them. I can't, but I think there's a future, definitely. And I would love to see it happen. Take some notes from how we did Operation Shadowcloak. Not to hate on anyone, but I think that there's big potential and no one's achieving it yet. I don't know if people are scared to or what, but Archer is going in the right direction with whatever he's doing here.
I'll say if you do see yourself going into that industry, you won't regret it. There's nothing to lose. You only live once at the end of the day, right? Then who cares what other people will say? Just be you. It's fun. You guys will love it, trust me. It's just have a good time, just enjoy life, I guess.
I'm a young person. I can relate to a lot of young people seeing our movie come out and wanting to be a part of it. I'm lucky I got to be a part of it. Put my work in, we did good. But I can see why a lot of people could be not jealous, but wish that they were in this position as well, making another movie. So there's potential for all those people in the Instagram comments that have been saying, oh, when are you gonna put me in the movie? Oh, when are you gonna do this? You know, make yourself an acting reel, send it to BananaWAVE, you know, take the steps to actually do it. If this is what you wanna do, then make it happen, you know? I got lucky because Archer approached me about the movie. That's because he knew me. He doesn't know you. Make together a collection, show us that you can act, show us that you have what it takes. Send it over to BananaWAVE on Instagram, on Facebook, or whatever, and you can be a part of this. Because it's a great experience, and honestly, you will never get used to randomly being in a shop and someone asks you, are you the guy from the movie? That feeling is like crazy. I'm talking as if I'm some big shot celebrity, because that's how it makes me feel.
Person walks up and tells me, hey, I've seen you on the SBC, you were in that film. It's a little surprising. Even I forget that I was in that little special that happened, but it just makes life a little more interesting, I guess. We need to support each other, right? When a few weeks ago, I remember BananaWAVE had a thing, and there was voting for people, a candidate to a representative of Seychelles to go. And I remember looking through the videos on Instagram, and I saw a lot of hate that I could not understand.
There is always hate. It's a part of the process, so it's fine. I don't mind it. But at least there are thousands of people that really support us. And ever since Operation Shadowcloak came out, which I am surprised because I'm the director, I'm not really in the movie itself, I get recognized by people I do not know. For example, yesterday I was driving by a school and a bunch of kids was shouting my name and saying things like, Mr. Director. Or sometimes I walk into a shop, there's some random people I don't know, they freeze and they want to shake my hand. This has never happened before. Or I'm just driving and just some people scream my name, or I enter any public area I'm in. Randomly, there can be people that I don't know come up to me or say things like, we're going to do a film together one day or something. That happens. I find that really fantastic because it's genuine support that I love to see.
After Fast Crash, after all the years of being in the same class together, it's natural that eventually he wanted to aim higher, and I didn't mind helping him. I didn't mind being in the film, because in my eyes, to help a friend is one of the greatest things you could do.
Really new, I can say. And for those who has always dreamed about becoming an actor or actress, can also have open doors and opportunities to join.
Filmmaking takes a team of people, hundreds of people sometimes, where all of them need to be passionate and driven about the same goal. Otherwise, the film that is made doesn't have a cohesiveness or the same emotional feeling that they had planned to have at the start. Like, the end result wouldn't be what they expected. And finding the types of people that have the same drive and the same passion for such an outcome is really difficult. It's really hard to find people like that. And so once your film crew has been assembled, and if all of you are passionate and kind and respectful and hard-working towards the film, which is the end goal, like the finish line, that is a very special experience. And then suddenly filmmaking becomes an experience of human connection where you're telling a story and bringing something to life and chasing emotion and visual and art and videography and everything And that makes it so different to a normal job. Even though I think filmmaking should be a normal job.
It's a storyboard, so you have little drawings of what the story is about with annotation of what's happening, what characters are we meeting. It requires a lot of thinking to make this, because the story needs to make sense. You really have to break it down as much as possible. When you have a story, like a storyboard, or just some sort of way to sort of annotate to yourself what the story is like and what you want to do. Once you have that, you go from there and you make a universal format of a story, which is a script. Yes, it's good to get it right on paper, but it's also, for me, everybody has a different way of doing it. It's important to also go out and see the locations you have to work with. Try and find a location that has sort of multiple locations within itself. For example, here we have a road and we have a forest. These can easily be used as two complete different areas in the story. When the movie Operation Shadowcloak went, it didn't just show in Seychelles. We also were able to show it in film festivals, which we tried with The House, but we couldn't. We didn't get accepted anyway. But with Operation Shadowcloak, we did. So we did end up having one award, which is for Best Debut Feature Film. This is the certificate that they sent me. I mean, it is, I don't know if you can see. I think it must be in focus, but I mean, it's something, right? It played in Dubai, it played in India. We won the award in India, and it played in South Africa. In little theaters, which is a cool thing. But for the next one, we're obviously trying to push always to be better.
I myself am still so young. I'm only 22, and life is so long, and that everything is scary, and it doesn't stop being scary. But there is nothing stopping you from having a scary conversation with someone new, because you never know what they have to say, and you never know what there is to be done or the type of connection you'll make. And speaking to more people makes your life so much wider, and it gives you so many more opportunities. And I think that the skill of social interaction is something that everyone should practice and have. Nothing is real until you make it real. So everything you do should just be done for the joy of doing it, because that's life.
On each member of the crew.
Thoughts? You want me to describe every single one of them?
Yeah.
Everybody had, I will summarize. Everybody.
No, you go.
Okay.
I want to hear about it.
Everybody equally was invested and interested. David, well, he had experience prior in the more recent years. When he read it in the script, maybe he asked a few questions of how you want me to do this or whatever. He would get into characters so quick. Russell was in a way the fight coordinator. And when I would say, okay, let's do a scene, now we're doing this, you have to fight him this, put him against the door or whatever, and you flip him over or anything. He would understand it very well, and he would go through it with the other actors to make it match what I was explaining. Emily was picked for the role of Jessica. It was because she had a certain confidence into how to speak to people. When imagining Jessica, asking myself who could play this, Emily was the only one who really matched that vibe. She was trying to really focus into getting things done quickly when guys are guys, right? They will mess around a lot. Rohan is he likes to have fun, and he likes to laugh when we do things. So for comic scenes, for example, there's this scene where there's this sort of torture room, and he's about to torture Sean, who's playing Eddie in the movie. Well, he picks up his phone in the middle and he's like, "Hello, Mom." Like, for those things, Rohan matches perfectly, and he's super open to doing, you know, funny scenes where he's on the beach and he has seaweed in his mouth, or that. Rohan is perfect for that. Sean is very, he like I said, he's willing to, for action films, he's perfect. I mean, he will jump out of a building if you tell him to. He won't even question me. He will trust me. I made him jump through windows. There were mattresses, but he just did it like that, and he would do it like head first. Like, Sean has no problem putting himself in danger for the, you know, he would tell me, I'm dedicated, I don't care if I get hurt and everything. He did get hurt, which wasn't good, but he's very good on that. As the director, you need to be behind everybody. You know, with a team of 3 people, that's fine. With a team of 6 people, a bit tricky. Now we're going into the 15 to 25 people. It's quite an oversight you must have. You have to make sure everybody understands what are we doing, and sometimes people can be a bit shy to ask, you know, because they feel embarrassed or whatever, but it's fine. You know, it's okay. One thing that's really important is to never forget where you come from, the people that helped you, your parents. My parents helped me a lot. You have to always remember and keep those people in mind, in a way, in your heart. Not to forget others, and not to forget where things came from and who gave you these ideas and who helped you. It's a very important part of the whole thing.